Welcome back to Intables, everyone. So I'm going to go through you guys in the S&P 500. Again, this is the SPY. We had our third Fed rate hike coming out today. Our second, that was expected to be a 50-point base rate hike, which also was not expected since we had our highest inflation report last Friday. So we were anticipating a possible increase in rates that was going to be mentioned this Wednesday. And sure enough, we did get an increase in a quarter at 75 points today. So where exactly may we be headed next, as we went bearish and then we went bullish and then we did come down and went neutral on the day? What exactly does our strength show us here? Are we getting bullish divergence that are confirming today? And what exactly are we looking for to get that confirmation on strength to the upside? I'm going to go over all this with you guys. And if you guys are day traders or you guys are looking for intraday perspective breakouts throughout the day, go to instables.com in the description below. And only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout alert today again. So let's jump into this one. So jumping into the daily chart with you guys here on the SPY, as you guys can see, we have been tracking the upper end and the lower end of our channel here. The question is, are we going to get bullish divergence here, as we are getting higher lows here on the RSI, showing us that possible bullish divergence that is being played out here. As you guys can see, we did go oversold and we broke out of oversolding. We are getting confirmation on that shift in momentum. So again, that does show us that we are within a bottoming process. I mentioned that is not only because we get higher lows here on the RSI, showing us that our relative strength is shifting because we are getting lower highs here on our price action, but it also is because we are on the dollar. As you guys can see on the UUP, this is the dollar. As you guys can see, we are getting bearish divergence, higher highs here on the dollar, as we are getting lower highs here on the RSI, and confirming that we are getting lower highs as we are dropping out of overbought back into play here, showing us that bearish divergence, showing us that we could be shifting in momentum in the market. So we're going to keep an eye on the dollar to see if we do continue on lower and make sure we do stay into play and that we do not continue on higher into overbought. So we're going to be jumping back to the SPY here. As you guys can see, again, we are getting those bullish divergences that are confirming, as we are confirming bearish divergence on the dollar. So we're going to be looking for that possible move to the upside here, as we are testing the lower end of our channel and getting a large wick to the downside. So we're going to be looking for volume, we're going to be looking for increases in buy pressure, and we're going to be looking for our EMA lines to cross above the median of our MACD to give us that confirmation on that strength. As you guys can see, our EMA lines are still crossing down. We want to see if they can cross back over. We want to see some white sheeted lines coming in on our sell pressure to show us that shift of momentum, as we did have, again, white sheeted lines on our buy pressure last week, shifting in momentum leading into CPI and also leading into our third Fed rate hike this week. And then now we would be looking for that possible digestion of our Fed rate hike to possibly get that shift of momentum, to get those white shaded lines and to continue on higher here. We want our EMA lines to cross not only above, but we also want to see if they can cross above the median of our MACD here to get that possible bullish momentum to the upside. So again, that's exactly what we're looking for to get that strength. As you guys can see previously, we did get those bullish divergence. We did continue on in a rally in March, as we did again have lower highs here on our price action, and then we had bullish divergence that played out here on the RSI. So getting that confirmation is key in strength. As you guys can see, again, we do have higher lows here on the RSI previously when we had lower highs here on our price action, giving us that rally in March. So looking for a possible move here, and one indicator that would be very, very bullish on this is if we got an engulfing candle, a green candle that filled in the body of our candle that we just had previously going into today. So we'd be looking for that possible engulfing candle to see if we do get that momentum to the upside with that bullish divergent move that we got jumping out of oversold back into play here. And again, we do have triple witching this Friday, and we also do have Powell speaking. In my opinion, with Powell speaking this Friday, hopefully he keeps things neutral and doesn't mention anything on top of what he mentioned today. And to recap on Powell, he didn't mention anything other than he expects inflation to be at 3.4 by the end of this year and then at 2.8 by the end of next year. And of course, that's a long shot. But one thing he also did mention is that data is more important than their opinion at this point. Basically, we have CPI and job claims that will be coming out, and in my opinion, the market will react stronger to those data points. And of course, we will mention any of those data points in the Instables room as always. And real quick to recap on our Bollinger Bands, again, representing compression and decompression. If we are getting a wick, again, to get a possible engulfing candle against our wick of our candle to the downside here, and we do continue to bounce off of the lower end of our deviation, again, the blue line here that is curling down here, bouncing off of the lower end of our deviation as we are bouncing off of the lower end of our channel, very much would give us that possible move to the upside. So we're going to be looking for that possible continuation on that move. Again, we want to see if we can break above today's highs to see if we are continuing on with that strength to the upside. And again, we do have triple witching this Friday, a large expiration for a ton of options over trillions of dollars in repositioning, as we have Powell speaking on Friday. So we'll see exactly what happens after Friday. If we do digest, if we do get that engulfing candle, we'll see exactly how the market plays out here, but we would be looking for that possible engulfing candle to possibly get that move to the upside here. Now, again, with that said, if you are a day trader or you are looking for major breakouts that we mention every single day throughout the week, for example, SIDU, a major breakout that we had this morning in pre-market, breaking out the gate, and then also breaking out at the end of the day into extended hours. As you guys can see out the gate, we had a spike and we did break into our second deviation. Again, guys, if you're looking at the 5-minute chart with our Bollinger Bands, you guys can still use these as strength to the upside. You guys do not only have to look at the daily chart for our Bollinger Bands. Again, making sure you do change that deviation to 2 from 1. This is naturally a 1 on most brokers, so I definitely would be changing this to 2 to get that stronger move here. And sure enough, as you guys can see, we did break into our second deviation and give us that strength to the upside. And as you guys can see, we broke into newer highs here. We did not alert this one as we were not breaking into our second deviation. We did have consolidation, and then we broke into our deviation later on the day as we did bounce off of our 20-day moving average and continued on with our 20 above our 50. So if you do want to see all these breakouts throughout the day, go to instabulls.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout alert today again. And again, all of you instabulls that come over every single day and support the channel, I know we got a 75-point base rate hike today, but however, that does, in my opinion, gives the Feds a possible chance to catch up to inflation, and that could be a better thing that happened today than a worse thing that can happen later. So we'll see exactly how the market reacts going to this week and going into triple witching this Friday. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.